Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 19th. I'm Maureen Kyle with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC YouTube page. And we start with Hollie for a check of today's forecast. Still some snow, Hollie.
Oh yeah, Maureen, we're still dealing with it. It's a lake effect kind of day again. So it's going to be periodic rain and snow showers mixing in at times. This includes the afternoon and evening. So we started off this way and we're going to carry it through much of your Wednesday. So you'll get breaks, and especially more so as we get into this evening, and then finally starting to see all of that subside overnight tonight and into your Thursday. Things are really going to look up as we get into the end of the week. We'll see some sun tomorrow, more of a partly to mostly cloudy sky, but hey, 50 degrees is better than the 40s we've been averaging here past few days. And then it really gets nice. Friday, we're looking at highs in the 60s, seasonal, great for high school football. The weekend couldn't look any more autumn awesome. Temperatures will be 60s to low 70s, partly to mostly sunny skies. And Maureen, it looks like we'll carry that into next week.
All right, Hollie, thank you so much. Looks great for the weekend. Well, turning to our top stories now, police arrested 2 people from Lorain in connection to the shooting death of an Elyria teen. 14-year-old Shane Edwards was shot and killed last month while laying in bed. At a news conference yesterday, Elyria Police announced that 18-year-old Jose Antonio Campos and a 16-year-old boy both face charges in his death, including felony murder, felony assault, and tampering with evidence. Campos appeared in court Monday and has been released on bond. 2 men are dead after a plane crashed into a car dealership in Marietta, Ohio. The twin-engine plane took off from John Glenn International Airport in Columbus early yesterday morning. It was headed to West Virginia and then crashed shortly after takeoff. Eyewitness video shows flames and smoke from the scene. The Ohio State Highway Patrol confirms the pilot and passenger were the only people on board.
What we're going to look at is where they were coming from, where they were headed. If there were any issues with the aircraft prior to the crash, any radio traffic that may have been heard. Also, if there was anything with the maintenance log of the aircraft that may have where it may have been serviced or anything like that prior to taking off.
Nobody on the ground was injured, but several vehicles on the car lot were damaged. Federal officials are now investigating. A woman has been sentenced in connection to the 2020 murder of Cleveland Police Detective James Skurnovitz. 24-year-old Brittany Cremens will serve 18 months in prison. Skurnovitz and an informant were shot and killed on September 3rd, 2020, while preparing for a drug sting. 3 people were indicted on homicide charges, while Cremens and 27-year-old Antonio Darby were accused of lesser charges. Darby's trial is set for next month. Today, 4 East Cleveland police officers are scheduled to be in court. They face a number of charges, including theft in office, tampering with evidence, and obstructing justice. These charges stem from 2 separate incidents which happened in March and April of this year. In total, 9 East Cleveland police officers have been indicted on criminal charges since late August. Well, 2 people have been arrested and hospitalized after a chase in a stolen vehicle and crashing into a pole. Parma police say the pursuit began on Snow Road and ended on Tampa Avenue in Cleveland when the driver of the stolen car hit 2 other cars at an intersection and then struck a pole. No one else was seriously hurt, and police say the entire pursuit only lasted for about 63 seconds. A Cleveland judge has been suspended indefinitely by the Supreme Court of Ohio for multiple behavioral violations. Official documents say Judge Pinky Carr ran her courtroom like a, quote, game show host rather than a judge. According to documents, Carr required people to come into court during the COVID-19 shutdown and even sent someone to jail for 15 days for rolling their eyes and cursing while in lockup, a situation the Supreme Court defined as an abuse of power. For the second time in a month, Garfield Heights teachers have issued a 10-day strike notice. Both sides have been negotiating since June, recently with a federal mediator. Teachers are calling for better working conditions, more pay, and competitive benefits, saying 46 teachers have left in just the last year. But if both sides don't come to an agreement, teachers could strike on October 31st. As of right now, there isn't a scheduled date and time for when they'll be heading back to the bargaining table. Robotic students from 4 high schools in Cleveland are using their tech skills to build prosthetics for other students who need them. Together with the Great Lakes Science Center, they built a prosthetic hand for 13-year-old CMSD student Ernst Priester. They offered to build it using their 3D printer for free, and now they're looking beyond Cleveland, wanting to help a student in Ecuador who needs a prosthetic arm. And after some trial and error, these teens figured out how to build her one.
We were just all excited with joy because we finally came to an end product, and we're very excited to see it in action.
The robotic students have teamed up with IMA Helps, a nonprofit that organizes medical humanitarian missions. IMA Helps take the prosthetic down to Ecuador next week. The students are hoping to Zoom with this student and the family so that they can meet her virtually. Well, there's going to be some holiday fun over at the Greater Cleveland Aquarium. Scuba Claus is returning this year. Guests are encouraged to talk to Scuba Claus while underwater with the sharks, stingrays, eels, and angelfish. Meet and greets are scheduled for December 14th through the 16th from 5 until 7:30 p.m. and then the 17th through the 18th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. Tickets are available starting to the public November 1st. We have all the details on our website, WKYC.com. Thank you for taking the time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and the world. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Maureen Kyle. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 5 a.m. Have a great day.